COCA next on City Corner. Hi, I'm Sarah Thompson, and welcome to City Corner. Well, there is never a dull moment, a dull day over at COCA, the Center for Creative Arts in the University City Loop. COCA, as many of you know, or maybe you don't know, is the fourth largest multidisciplinary community arts center in the country. And so there's always something going on, whether it's dance, vocal, music, art, design. And so today I'm joined by the Director of Marketing, Abby Frohne, to talk about what is left on the calendar, but I mean, it kind of continues, right? Because there's always something going on. So thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
I feel like, I know how busy COCA is. I mean, that's one of the great things. There's only a few holidays that you're actually closed, right?
Right. It's usually just the big ones, but we're always open and there's always something going on.
Always something going on. And so I know this is a busy time. You've got a gala coming up. You've got these shows coming up in May. So we're just going to kind of cover what's left for the 2022-23 season for May and talk a bit about summer camps and kind of what's happening this spring and summer. So maybe let's start things off. I've got this wonderful, a lot of people don't know, I mean, they hear COCA, but you have a beautiful new theater. And so we have some photos to start with that. Tell us about the Catherine Burgess theater that you have.
Yes, the Catherine B. Burgess Theater is like more than 450 seat theater that was part of our renovation, an expansion that opened in 2020. So it is a gorgeous theater. How it's designed is just, it feels intimate, even though there are so many seats. But I think it just brings the next level to the productions that we are able to do and the types of experiences for our students to have on stage that, you know, how could you have that anywhere else?
Yeah. No, it's really beautiful. I mean, I think for years people were used to coming into the same space, but now, and the theater is open to other arts organizations in the community. Is that right? So
yes.
You've got people renting out the theater, the Rep, you work with the Rep?
Yes. We've had the Repertory Theater of St. Louis, the Black Rep have had shows. Opera Theater was back in March. So it's really great to have this space that we can welcome other community arts organizations to, introduce them to our area, introduce their audiences to COCA and, you know, the University City area.
Yeah, and the neighborhood. So let's look at what we've got on May. May's a
May's a busy month.
May is a busy month. I am taking a part of your time in preparation for that busy month. So again, I thank you. Let's start off with Triumphant. So that's the first presentation in the beautiful Catherine B. Burgess Theater that's going to take place. But tell us about Triumphant.
So Triumphant is the season culminating event for our dance program. It is our top tier students performing work that they have worked on all year. And it also is a great opportunity for us to honor and let our seniors show off what they have learned and who they have become. So the Friday night program includes all of their senior solos. So you can see them perform who they are, what they've learned. So it's a great experience for all of our families, for the entire community, to see the students that are coming out of COCA.
Yeah. Well, and I wanted to take a step back because I had introduced saying the fourth largest multidisciplinary community arts center in the country. And I know when I was looking at some stuff on your website that you serve more than 50,000 people of all ages, background, abilities each year. So, I mean, just for people who may not be familiar with it, we'll take a step back. You have classes. When I said literally there's something going on every day, you could show up on a Monday morning and there's like an adult ballet class. You can come back that same day and there might be a children's class for young students, elementary age students in another discipline, in ballet or something. So kind of give the overview of what COCA actually does.
So we serve everyone in their arts experience, from their first experience to their, I already know and I just want to do it for fun. So there is really something for everybody. I describe it as a no barrier step to access the arts. You can go to a class. You can, you know, for the young ones, even take their very first class and just to explore. someone who was a dancer and just wants to do it again because they love it. Someone who wants to take a class, they're not very good, but they still just love it. It's a place for everyone to learn, to grow, to make friends, to, as we call it, the COCA family, and develop these relationships and experiences with the arts. So classes throughout the year, camps in the summer and spring break. We have a performance season called COCA Presents, which Triumphant is a part of. We have the Millstone Gallery, which has rotating exhibitions. So every type of art, there is an experience to be had.
That they're there. And yeah, I mean, there really is, as we say, always something going on. So the reason I wanted to clarify that is because when we were talking about Triumphant and you talked about the senior projects, and just for people to understand too, that there's dancers who are on a pre-professional track.
Right.
I mean, for decades, I think COCA really, a lot of people outside of St. Louis and within St. Louis knew COCA for these star alumni who went through the pre-professional route, graduated, went on to have these great careers in New York City or other cities. It's and now are back, like Antonio Delphi, back leading in leadership positions.
Right. So we've had students go on to Juilliard, which is the top tier. We've had them go into pre-professional training with professional companies. It's the building of the arts in, foundational and core curriculum is whether you're going to become that professional elite performer or whether you're using that arts learning as, someone who works in arts administration or even a police officer in the government. These are lifelong skills for everyone.
Yeah. No, it's really a really special place. Let's go on to May 13th, this improv troupe spring performance. So talk about the improv troupe. I love improv.
So our improv troupe is led by Ed Reggie. He is well known in the community. He's an actor, a performer. And these are all students that are really taking on this style of acting, responding, learning these games and how to work an audience. So this is kind of their culminating performance in the spring to show off what they have learned all year and really engage and have a good time and laugh. So it's a great experience with our students.
Okay, that's good for that one. And then we're gonna, before we wrap things up, May 18th through the 19th is the vocal company concert.
Right, so we have, along with dance and improv theater, we also have a vocal company. And this is their performance in the time of the year for them to show off everything they have learned. They are tremendous students with a variety of vocal ranges, super talented kids, and it's a great opportunity to see kind of those up-and-comers in vocal music.
And I do want to emphasize too, obviously tickets are available when you go onto your website. This is open to the public.
Yes, all our performances are open to the public and tickets are available online.
Yeah. And then we come to, so that kind of wraps for May, and that's a lot.
That's just May.
Right, that covers a lot for May. But then Pippin, sort of the beloved musical. Pippin is going to be in July. Tell me a bit about that one.
So that is our summer musical, and we are pretty known for our summer musical. Every summer picking a great performance that engages not only community actors, but also our students. And we really take the summer musical as an opportunity to give our students a chance to work in all aspects of theater. So performing, behind the scenes, lighting, directing, dramaturgical work. They get that experience in everything. So it's not just performing on stage, it's an all-encompassing experience. And of course, the classic Pippin.
Right, and I think when you go to COCA performance, I think a lot of times people might perceive, oh, these are students, and so that, but it's so professionally done.
Right.
I mean, I don't think you really sometimes can decipher if this were something presented in a different theater just because it's students. It's really top level.
And these are students that are committed to what they are doing. A lot of these kids are there 5 days a week, maybe more, who spend their lives outside of school at COCA developing these skills.
Yeah, and really, because you see that, like when you're driving by I've driven by the building late at night, and it's like there are still people there. You do have, and we are going to talk about the summer camps in the second segment, but just since we're on the topic of performances that are open, you do have, tell me about Mean Girls Jr. and Lion King Jr. that are going to be in July and August.
So those are our summer camp musicals. So the kids will work on these for 2 weeks, And then they will put on these shows. And the last time we had Lion King Jr., it was a visually phenomenal experience. I was so impressed by what these kids could do in just a couple of weeks. And then obviously Mean Girls, we had students coming in to audition fully in character. So these kids are really committed to this role, and that is sure to be a fun one.
And that's going to be a good one. So it's a packed summer, so we've covered that a lot. We're going to put up on the screen for you some information just to how to reach out. You go to COCA's website. Also, kudos to Abby for your whole project of redoing the website. So please go check it out. Center of Creative Arts, COCA, right there in University City in the Loop District, COCASTL.org. That's the website. You can follow them across social media. And then when you head to the website, you're going to see, which is our next graphic, the performances, as we were talking about, the on-stage performances taking place throughout May, and then, as Abby mentioned, in July for Pippin. But go to the website, and then when we come back, we're going to dive into a bit more about the summer camps. And these aren't just any summer camps. It's like the Addams Family Summer Camp and so much more. So we're going to have more with COCA when we return, but we're going to take a quick break, so please stay with us. We'll be right back.
There's so many reasons to love St. Louis, you can't pick just one.
What I love about St. Louis is the 79 unique neighborhoods and 108 beautiful city parks, including Forest Park, which is actually larger than Central Park in New York, and the gorgeous Tower Grove Park right here.
And there's always something new to experience, no matter the time of day or the season.
So come and experience St. Louis.
If you smoked, this new lung cancer screening could save your life. Visit SaveByTheScan.org.
What I love about St. Louis is the 79 unique neighborhoods nestled into 108 city parks, including Forest Park, which is actually larger than Central Park in New York, and of course, the beautiful Tower Grove Park where I'm at now. Oh, the St. Louis Blues. We've got the St. Louis Surge, two-time WBCBL champions. We've got Harris Stowe, WashU, St. Louis University, and of course, the 11-time World Series champion, St. Louis Cardinals. So come experience St. Louis.
It's so sad. It's good. It's not. Here, put that on. Put that on.
$150 over $90.
180 over 111.
160 over 110. I had a stroke.
This is what high blood pressure looks like. You might not feel its symptoms, but the results from a stroke are far from invisible or silent. If you've come off your treatment plan, get back on it, or talk with your doctor to create an exercise, diet, and medication plan that works for you. Go to loweryourhbp.org.
If I would have followed a treatment plan, I would not be in this situation.
There's so many reasons to love St. Louis, you can't pick just one. From the arts, architecture, and culture.
An all-new development, including the Cortex Community Center. And you're never too far from great music and entertainment.
So come and experience St. Louis.
Voices?
Like your text to emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies. Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
It takes less than 1 minute to find out if you may have prediabetes, and you can do it here. So what are you waiting for? Just go to the site.
Hi, I'm Sarah Thompson, and welcome back to City Corner. Today we're talking with COCA about all that they have in store this spring and summer. I'm joined by Abby Frohne, the Director of Marketing for COCA, and I feel so bad for saying, I know the Center of Creative Arts versus 4, so that's my disclaimer from the intro. It's Center of Creative Arts, and again, the 4th largest multidisciplinary community arts center in the country, serving 50 or more than 50,000 people each year. So thank you again for being here.
Sure, thanks for having me.
So one of the really fun things about COCA that you know, in the community is the summer camps. They're very popular. I know a lot of them get booked the day they that they open, but there's still some that are available for registration.
There are camps open in every age group still.
Yeah, so let's kind of talk about the summer camps. We got a few photos. I think always what I always think stands out and love about it is, I mean, I wrote down in my notes some of the different names. Is they cover everything from, let's see here, like cooking, a play a day, Adam's Family Fun, African Beats, Tap and Toes, Circus COCA, Vogue Dance. So I mean, they're covering the full discipline. Tell us about the summer camps, and we'll throw up some photos while we talk.
So
about
our summer camps are really designed to be an entry point into the arts. So kind of like the sampler platter. You can try dance for a week. You can try a visual art for a week. And it's really about giving kids a fun experience and sliding in some learning something too. So I know my daughter is super excited about creating Bluey this summer.
What's creating?
So
the
creating
Bluey for like with
the kids show.
Oh, okay.
So they will learn how to create a character. So drawing and sculpting. So taking their favorite things and making a camp out of it and giving it that theme that really draws their interest, but gives them something that they're going to love. And camp is all about fun.
And so they have the way the camps are structured. They're half day. Some of them are half day. Some are full day.
Right.
And then you can kind of combine 2 half days to make a full day.
So our camps the majority are half-day camps, and you pair them together to create a full day of fun. There's supervised lunch. The kids all eat together, and when they make new friends. And there's before care and after care, which is really important for a lot of parents. So that option as well. You can make a full day, a full week.
A full time of it. No, so I have this video of literally scrolling through your very big, robust, but it's good, of your summer camp guide. And the reason I did that is it covers, and we'll take a look at that, but covers, let's start about the age group. You start pretty early, and it goes up to for teens, is that right?
Right, our camp started 3 years old for the early childhood, and that's really about motor skills and being away from mom and dad. And just for them to have some fun and make some friends. So those are great. They go all the way up to 18, 19 years old in our intensives. So whatever age, whatever discipline, there is something. And it's great because kids are working with kids that are on the same level. All of our camps are designed to meet them where they are. So a child that is 6 is learning something that's appropriate for a 6-year-old. So they do succeed and they do have fun.
That's good. So you shouldn't be, I think, if a parent's listening to this, like worried that, oh, if my child hasn't done tap dancing before and I see this camp for tap dancing, it's for, regardless at whatever stage you're at, if it's the first time you've ever put on tap shoes to maybe somebody who has taken a couple classes?
The majority of our camps are no experience required. That's what camp's about. It's about trying. It's about learning. It's not as long of a commitment as a class. So they can see if they like it. And you don't need to have, you don't need to have the tap shoes. You don't need to have the ballet shoes. Most of it's designed for socks or street shoes.
That's great. No, it's a really fun time with the summer camps. And then basically, once summer camps wrap up in August, that's when your fall programming starts again.
Right. Our classes, well, we do have classes over the summer, but our full robust offering of classes starts in September.
And then we've got that. We pulled some videos from your YouTube page, and I thought maybe we could take a look at one of them. I'll set this one. You would actually be able to expand more on this, but we have one where it's MJ Imani, your hip hop artistic director. And so talk about just maybe a little briefly intro for the hip hop program, and then we'll take a look at the video.
So our hip hop program started, I think, like 15 years ago. And it's really about cultivating dance disciplines. So we have our ballet eclectica, which obviously focusing on ballet, our COCA dance, which focuses on modern dance, and then the hip hop crew, which focuses on hip hop. So it really gives our students a robust experience and education in all forms of dance. Got it. So our hip hop crew has been one of the favorites of our community for a long time.
Yeah, that's true. Well, let's take a look. This is a video about the hip hop program at COCA.
My name is MJ Imani, and I am the hip hop artistic director here at COCA. So I'm from St. Louis, born and raised in St. Louis. I was a COCA kid as well. COCA was kind of like my first introduction to dancing all the time. My vision for the hip hop crew, as well as just the hip hop program as a whole, is really working on artist development. It's not just simply teaching classes, not teaching hard choreography, but I want them to think about what it is that they're dancing to. How does the music feel to them? Even knowing like a little bit about the artists themselves that are producing this music, are making this music, where does that come from? A little bit of the history and cultural context of it. I would love to incorporate a lot of that's happening around us within the hip hop program as well, whether it's working with other local artists to provide really interesting and unique content, to even having our young artists input on things that they want to work on, or ideas they might have. I want them to bring the music to life. I want them, like I said before, understanding what they're moving to and kind of approach it as like they are in this moment that is very, very special. Creating that magic together is something I really want to push forward with my choreography and my teaching stuff.
All right, no, that's really great. And so people can, what MJ Imani, what she was talking about is, the hip hop program, but you can then, again, the public can get a taste of that when they do the performances that are open to the public, right?
Right, you can see our elite dancers in a performance like Triumphant, and that is, the hip hop crew will be there and performing, and they are always bringing the fun.
Describe just kind of, obviously, when you leave here, you're headed back over to the office, but just what you sort of love, that feeling when you're at COCA. I mean, it feels very diverse. It clearly, the arts are alive in all the spaces. It's a beautiful building and campus. I mean, what would you sort of describe as just the overall feeling of what it is that makes COCA so special?
I think the one line that always comes to mind is we truly believe the arts are for everyone, regardless of age, race, gender. There is a place for you, and it's so important to have that outlet in life. Some people have sports. The arts are that way, through dance, through visual art. There is a need, and it's so important for children growing up and for adults to continue on and express themselves.
Yeah, and COCA has been providing that for the community for so long. Right. Before we wrap things up, we've got one more video that I thought we could take a look at. You've mentioned a couple times Ballet Eclectica, which is your professional ballet program. Yes. So you did The Little Dancer just a few months ago, right?
Right, that is their big winter performance, which is a classical ballet. This year we had an artist come in that worked with them and created an entirely new look at a performance that we have done for several years.
Okay, all right, well, let's take a look. We've got this video about the little dancer. Let's have a look.
For this new version of The Little Dancer, we wanted to take a trip down memory lane, and instead of having the Little Dancer visit a specific location or a time period, we just want to go into the realm of memories. Imagine those moments that matter when you look back on a life, when you look back on a childhood. What are those moments that stand out? And so we had all of the kids tell stories that stuck out in their memories, and then we're basing the show around those memories. One of the cool things we're doing is the Little Dancer is represented by 7 different dancers this time, and it's all ages. We have a little boy dancing in one of them, and it's really cool to show the diversity of what the Little Dancer is, both in terms of their experience and in terms of who they are. I hope that the students will take away a deeper sense of how many things ballet can be. I think we look at it as a classical art form, which it is, but it is ever evolving. And I'm excited to be adding my own voice to that.
The classical ballet is always great. Contemporary is always great, but I think Kevin does a great job of blending the two, but still having a good quality of classical and still a good quality of contemporary. For me, it's opened a door of how can I blend these two, still make it my own, and still present what Kevin has thought up in his genius brain of dance. I'm excited to show the audience. So far, it's been a really great experience. I've learned so much about the people I dance with, who are some of my closest friends, and getting to hear their stories and really connect with it, either cry or laugh with them. It's just really beautiful, and it's a way to connect with them.
I hope that audiences will see themselves in the show because we're looking at this myriad of memories. So I hope everyone leaves touched, feeling like their story was told on stage, either literally or just in terms of the emotions that they saw.
Ah, that's such a beautiful visual to end on. Thank you so much for coming in. I know this is like the peak busy time for you, so thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And we've got the information for you. COCA, I mean, check it out. Center of Creative Arts. It's right there in University City. Head to the website. You can learn more about the performances that we talked about, as well as the summer camps, as well as what's in store for the fall and all their programs that are going on. There's a website. Next graphic we have are the May performances that we've talked about in the first segment, as well as Pippin in July. You can get tickets on that website, on that URL right there. And then the last graphic we have is for the summer camps. Registration is still happening, and this is ages 3 through 18, as Abby talked about. And just check out some of their offerings, again, at COCASTL.org. Abby, it's great to see you. Please tell everyone hello over at COCA. Thank you for being here. And thank you at home for watching, and keep it right here on STL TV, Experience St. Louis.